Yes, where we have stopped in the last class. Come, friend, no? You can occupy these chairs. Why you want to sit back? Come, come, friend. Last bench. Here it is empty. You can occupy. Last bench. Switch on the fan, no? Yes. You are able to see this? It is visible because it is not changing. Classification of plant kingdom. So in the last class, we have classified the plant kingdom. So here, when we classify the plant kingdom, the classification is done into 5 divisions. 5 main division. Number 1, thallophytes. Number 2, bryophytes. Number 3, pteridophytes. Number 4, gymnosperms. And number 5, angiosperms. So these are the 5 divisions we need to study in this chapter, that is plant kingdom. Yes. So first thing to remember is when we talk about thallophytes and bryophytes, they are non-vascular plants. They are non-vascular plants, and these three, that is pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperm, these 3 divisions are called plants. Uh, what is the reason to call them as non-vascular and vascular plant? Yes. When do we call the plants as vascular and non-vascular? Yes, very good. So here in these 2 plants, the xylem and phloem. Xylem is water conducting tissue and phloem is food conducting tissue. So here both xylem and phloem are absent. So since they don't have the food conducting tissue and water conducting tissue separately, they are called as non-vascular plants. Here in all these three, the xylem and phloem are present. Therefore, they are called as vascular plants. Did you understand? Yes. So, when we classify the plant kingdom, how many divisions we will classify? Five divisions we will classify. Number one, thallophytes. Number two, bryophytes. Number three, pteridophytes. Number four, gymnosperm. And number five, angiosperm. So, one by one we will study now. Yes, shall we proceed? Yes, shall we start? Yes. So, first division, that is thallophytes. Yes. So, when we talk about thallophytes, the members of this division are algae. So, here when we are talking about thallophytes, we will talk about algae. Yes. So, earlier when the two kingdom classification was made, three kingdom classification was made, four kingdom classification was made. So first, during the classification, this algae was placed under kingdom Monera. If you recall, we have studied about blue green algae, cyanobacteria. Yes. So they were placed earlier in kingdom Monera. Later, after the final classification, since the organism body is completely showing the characteristic feature of plant, they were placed under the plant kingdom. Is that clear? Yes. So here members of this division are called algae. And when we study about algae, the branch of biology which deals with study of algae is called what? Yes, is called, yes, phycology. What it is called? If we are studying fungi, it is mycology. Okay, when we study algae, it is phycology. Yes. Now, to begin with the algae, in the thallophytes, we are studying about algae. So here, when we talk about algae are Algae are photosynthetic. Number one, algae are photosynthetic, found in freshwater, marine water, and terrestrial environment. So here the algae are found both in the aquatic environment, that can be fresh water also, that can marine water also. When do we tell the water as fresh? Which water is called fresh water? Which water is called marine water? Yes, yes, when it is sea or ocean, no, where the salt concentration is more, it is called marine water. Okay? So the water which we see, which are found in the rivers, lakes, ponds, where the salt concentration is less. Okay? Such water is called fresh water. So here we are able to see the algae in the freshwater, marine water, as well as terrestrial environment. Terrestrial environment like the soil or wet places or rocks, etc. It is seen on the soil also, where some wet places is present, and as well as on the bare rocks. No, in the last class, if you remember, we studied about lichens. Yes, algal partner. No, where lichens are present, they are present like a mesh-like structure on the rocks. Ne? Association with the fungi. So they are found in the aquatic environment also, as well as on the terrestrial land. On the soil, in the wet places, plus the rocks, bare rocks which are present, on that like a mesh-like structure, this algae starts growing. Is that clear? Wherever the secession starts, okay, assume here there is no plant. Okay, if the generation of plant should start, remember the generation starts from the algae. Algae will come under primary secession change. Ecological changes, when it happens, the first organism to grow is algae. From that algae, the continuation will lead to then herbs, shrubs, then finally top layer will be trees. So first primary secession. Next, 3 points we have discussed. Number one, whatever the division study is about the algae. Branch of biology which deals with the study of algae is called phycology. Point number three, algae are photosynthetic. Now already you know. Yes, they are. What do you mean by photosynthetic? They are preparing their own food in the presence of sunlight. Is that clear? Then found in the freshwater, marine environment, as well as terrestrial environment. Yes. Now coming to the plant body, the plant body of algae is called thalloid or thallus like. It is called thalloid or thallus like. Then the algae are unicellular and few are multicellular, autotrophic, eukaryotic organisms. They are, if we talk about the algae, majority of algae are unicellular and few are multicellular also. But all the algae are autotrophic in nature. They prepare their own food, and they are eukaryotic organism. Means they have a well-defined nucleus in their cell. Is that clear? Yes. Any doubts till here? Clear? Yes. You are familiar with the points now. Members of this division is called algae. When we are studying algae, we are studying phycology. Yes. Algae are photosynthetic in nature. They are found in the fresh water as well as marine environment as well as in the terrestrial land. Where in the land, in the terrestrial environment, on the soil it is present. Wherever the wet place, there also it is present. And on the bare rocks also it is growing. The plant body of the algae is called as thalloid or thallus-like. The algae are unicellular and few are multicellular, autotrophic organism, and they are eukaryotic in nature. Is that clear? You have taken down? Shall we proceed? Yes. Point number 6. So here, few algae are also found in colonial form. They are found in the colonial form as well as filamentous form. Few are found in the colonial form and few are found in the filamentous form. Example for the colonial form, we can take example of volvox, and for filamentous form we can take example of Spirogyra. Yes. When the algae are present in the colony group together, they are called as colonial form. Okay? And if the algal cell is showing a filament in their cell, okay? Filament is nothing but the brush like bushy appearance. Okay? So that organism is called as filamentous form of organism. Done. So in the algae we are able to see unicellular algae, multicellular algae, colonial form of algae as well as filamentous form of algae. Yes. Then when we talk about the shape of the algae are of different form ranging from spherical to cylindrical shape. Then point number 8, the cells of algae consist of cell wall made up of cellulose, pectin or phosphate ester. Yes. Point number 7, the shape of the algae, you are able to listen. Yes, you are able to see what is written on the board. Clearly visible. You are not able to see. Come this side. Ranging. मैं हाफ डॉक्टर ना उसके वास्ते ये लेवल पे है मेरी हैंडराइटिंग. फुल डॉक्टर होता तो पूरी बिगड़ जाती थी. ठीक है. यस. डॉक्टर बनते बनते टीचर बन गया सो. Yes. So the shape of the algae are of different form. That can be in the form of spherical shape or in the form of cylindrical shape, different shapes. Okay? And the cells of the algae consist of cell wall. All the algae will not have the same cell wall. In few algae, assume it is a green algae or red algae or brown algae, the cell wall also differs. Okay? In few, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. In few it is made up of pectin. In few it is made up of phosphodiester, phosphate. Okay? So different chemicals it is formed. Now, storage of food in algae is seen in the form of starch, laminarin, or mannitol, and Floridian starch. So when the food is stored in the algal cell, it is stored. Nahin? If the food is stored in your body, in what form it is stored? Yes, we are taking food 3 times. Yes, we are consuming. We are becoming fat. Yes, stomach has come to me. That means extra food is stored. Yes or no? Extra food is stored. In what form it is stored? In the form of fat. In my stomach, no, food is stored in the form of fat now. If I don't eat for a week, 1 week also, nothing will happen to me. Why? That fat which is deposited starts breaking down. Okay? And that will supply energy to my body. Okay? If you don't eat, you will be in the ICU. नहीं, because you don't have stored fat. है? नहीं है. नहीं. Energy? Extra energy नहीं है. नहीं, पिज्जा बर्गर खाए तो नहीं आती. चाट्स खाए तो नहीं आती. स्टोर्ड नहीं होती. अब खा रही है, आपके से यूटिलाइज हो जाती है. Yes. So similarly, in the algal cell, the food will be stored in the form of starch, in the form of laminarin or mannitol, or in the form of Floridian starch. Yes. Now, the cell of algae consists of chloroplast, that produce different chlorophyll pigments. That can be chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, C, D, phycoerythrin, phycocyanin. Different pigments are produced in different algae. Why? Because chloroplast is present. Yes, this chloroplast in few more than one it is present. Okay? And that also of different shape. The chloroplast of different. It can be irregular shape. It can be discoid, disc-like shape. Okay? It can be spherical. It can be cylindrical. It can be polygonal. Depends on the algae. Which algae is present. Done? Is that clear? Yes. So how many points we have discussed? 10 points. Point number 6. Few algae are also found in the colonial form. Earlier to this, we discussed unicellular. No, when we talk about unicellular algae, okay, which algae is unicellular in nature? Any idea? Commonly studied algae. No. For colonial form, I have written. For filamentous form, this is unicellular. Okay, this is the algae which is unicellular in nature. Then shape of the algae, different shape ranging from spherical to cylindrical shape. The cell wall is found in the algal cell, and that cell wall is made up of different component. It can be cellulose, it can be pectin and other phosphate component. Storage of food in the algae is seen in the form of starch, laminarin and or mannitol and Floridian starch. The cells of the algae consist of chloroplast that produces different chlorophyll pigments such as chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, C, D, phycoerythrin, phycocyanin. Okay? Different pigments are produced. Done? Yes. You have taken down point number 11. Yes. Coming to the mode of reproduction. Mode of reproduction. The mode of reproduction which we see in the algae are number one, vegetative. Number two, asexual. And number three, sexual. Three types of reproductions are seen in the algae. Vegetative mode of reproduction is through fragmentation. Yes, what do you mean by fragmentation? Any idea? Yes, the organism body will be split into many small fragments, and each fragment after the division will be continued as a new organism. Yes, so vegetative mode of reproduction. Number two, asexual mode of reproduction. Asexual mode is through the spores. It can be zoospores, it can be zygospores, it can be planospores, etc. Different spores. It can be acinites, a type of spore which is responsible to undergo asexual reproduction. Number three, coming to the sexual mode of reproduction in the algae, yes, fusion of gametes take place and results in formation of zygote. So here the gametes which are fusing, no, that gametes will be seen in three different form. That is isogametes, anisogametes, and oogametes. Okay? Isogametes will be similar in size. Anisogametes dissimilar in size. And oogametes. Okay? So they are of different size and different shape. Okay? In this, one mate will be large and that will be non-motile in nature. One more gamete, second gamete is small and that will be motile. So when these two gametes fuse together, that fusion will lead to the formation of zygote, and that zygote will get converted into embryo. Okay? And that embryo will finally lead to the formation of sporophytic body. This is the sexual mode of reproduction that take place. Is that clear? Yes. So how many points we have discussed about the algae? 12 points. Okay? Here, if the gametes are isogametes similar, the condition is called as isogamous condition. For anisogametes, anisogamous condition. And here it is oogamous condition. Finished? Done? Shall we proceed? Yes. So, once we study about the characteristic features of algae, very important, we need to discuss about the economic importance of the algae. Economic importance of algae. Yes. Can you recall where algae is helpful to us? Yes. What algae is doing? Hmm? Yes. What doing? It is giving something to us. Carbon dioxide. It is giving fixation. It is doing. What production it is doing? Huh? What production? Yes. 25% of world's O2 production. ठीक है? Almost 25% of the oxygen production throughout the world is done by algae. ठीक है? Number one. Number two, it helps in N2 fixation. ठीक है? Nitrogen fixation. It supports the nitrogen fixation. Then, point number three, almost 70% of marine algae are used as food. More than 70% of the marine algae, the algae which are found in the marine environment, are used as food. Cyanotheria are also called blue green algae. Nostoc, Anabina are used as biofertilizers. Point number five, an algae called chlorella, an algae called chlorella is used in production of biofuels. Number six, agar, agar produced and used as culture medium and in preparation of jellies, jams are extracted from red algae like Gracilaria and Gelidium. Yes, 6 points I have written. Okay, few more we can write. Yes, one more I will write here. Point number 7. Uh, Algae like carrageen and algin have water holding capacity and used as emulsifier. They can be used as emulsifier. Yes. Any doubts you have? No doubts. Yes. See here, 7 points I have written. First point, 25% of the world oxygen production is supported by the algae. Number two, the nitrogen fixation. I am reading. If you are not able to understand the word, you can listen. If you listen, you will get to know. Okay? Since from almost 10 to 12 years, we are using chalkboard. Okay? Now, from past 2 3 years, it is new to us. Is that clear? And usually, what happens? It as soon as I keep, it is spreading. Okay? So, yes. See here, 70% of the marine algae are used as food. Point number 4, cyanobacteria, blue green algae, nostoc, anabina, they are used as the biofertilizer. Okay? The work of the biofertilizer is to fix up the atmospheric nitrogen and increase the fertility of the soil. If the soil is not fertile, plants cannot grow. Therefore, to maintain the fertility of the soil, to increase the fertility of the soil, the algae will support. Which algae? That can be nostoc, anabina, microcystis, okay? Blue green algae, any algae. So therefore, they can be called as the biofertilizer. There is one algae called chlorella. ठीक है क्लोरेला बोल को algae है that speciality of the algae is it is unicellular in nature in a single cell algae ठीक है and speciality of that algae is that algae is having a oil droplet in it. It is having oil droplet. So with that algae we are able to produce biofuels, biodiesel, etc. By extracting that, by producing that, we can produce the biofuels and biodiesel. Then another algae that is extracted from Gracilaria gelidium, we have a product called agar agar. ठीक है China grass खाती नहीं फालूदा. Yes. So that China grass, what you prepare as faluda, that comes from the algae called Gracilaria and Gelidium. Okay. And that usually it is used in the production of jellies, jams, as well as the same agar agar. No, that will be powdered. It will be totally powdered, and that powder is used as a culture. It is used as a culture in the microbiology labs. Why? To grow microorganism. Okay? There are few chemicals that need to be added with the agar agar powder, and when we grow, the microorganisms easily grow on that. We can grow bacteria and fungi. Different bacteria, different fungi can be grown in the agar agar culture broth. Is that clear? Yes. One more point also you can write down. Point number 8. Spirulina. ठीक है this is called as single protein spirulina, which is as a single cell protein, no, which is rich in protein. It is used as the food by space travelers. ठीक है an algae called spirulina is present. If you go to the medical shops, this tablet in the form of tablet, it is available, spirulina tablets. Okay. Specialty is if you take one spirulina tablet, that will give you the protein content of 10 apples. ठीक है, 10 apples खा हमारी body produce करता है नहीं, into 10 directly supplied to you. Usually here we are eating 4 times a day, 5 times a day, we are enjoying our day. Okay, when you go to foreign, there is no time for them. What they do, early morning they will take one spirulina tablet, till evening they are fit and fine. What side effect? It is totally completely a plant. You are not eating vegetables, legumes, same. And moreover, protein. It is not completely a plant body which is extracted. Directly a single cell protein. It is having protein. Okay. So directly consuming the protein. So here usually space, any person who is going to space for the research purpose, there at least for 2 months, 3 months, they are living in space. Now in the space you can prepare the food. खाना बना सकती हैं? नहीं बना सकते, नहीं, सब चीज उड़ते रहती है, नहीं, अंकी मेजा को पड़ता है, पूरा स्प्रेड हो जाता है, कहाँ कहीं जाते रहता है, तो दैट टाइम इजी टू सर्वाइव दे नीड टू ईट फूड, नहीं, दे वांट प्रोटीन, दे वांट एनर्जी, so in that case we can use these spirulina tablets. Is that clear? Which is made up of single cell protein. Done. So there are many points, we can write 100 points of the algae, economic importance of the algae. A few points I have written, you have to remember this. Is that clear? Done. Shall we proceed with the classification now? Yes. Shall I erase? You have written? Shall I erase? Yes. Now, when we classification of algae. So this classification of the algae is done into 3 types based on the simple points. What are the simple points, sir? Habitat. Point number 1, habitat, where the organism is present, whether they are found in the fresh water or in the marine water or on the land. Point number 1. Number 2, what form of cell wall component is present. The cell wall is made up of cellulose or pectin or lignin or chitin or any other component. Based on that, the classification. Number 3, we will see whether the algae is having which chlorophyll pigment. A and B is present, A and C is present, A and D is present. Depending on that, the classification is done. Number 4, we will see where the algae is present. In the aquatic form, it is present, whether it is attached to the substratum or floating in the water or deep in the sea, it is present. So, based on the location, again, the algae is classified. So, by seeing all this point, by studying all this point, the algae is classified into 3 types. One is number 1, chlorophyce. Number 2, phaeophyce. And number 3, rhodophyce. Yes. Chlorophyce, also called as green algae. Phaeophyce, also called as brown algae. And rhodophyce, also called as red algae. Okay. Few examples I will give to remember. When we talk about that algae, you should remember. Example, Calmydomonas. Number 2, Volvox. Number 3, Spirogyra. Then, in the brown algae, Dictyota. Number 2, Fucus. Here, in the red algae, Gracilaria. Number 2, Gelidium. Number 3, Porphyra. Yes, 3 you take down. For this also you can take one more. Laminaria. Yes, three examples. Yes, you can see chlorophyceae, the class of algae commonly called as green algae, Phaeophyceae commonly called as brown algae, and Rhodophyceae commonly called as red algae. So this green, brown and red algae, the term is given depending upon the chlorophyll pigment what it is present in that organism. Example for the chlorophyceae: Calmidomonas, Volvox, Spirogyra, etc. For Phaeophyceae, brown algae, example is Dictyota, Fucus, laminaria. And Rhodophyceae, red algae, Gracilaria, Gelidium, Porphyra, etc. Done? Shall we proceed? Yes. Now, first one, that is chlorophyceae. Yes. They are commonly called green algae. Yes. Point number 2, they are aquatic, photosynthetic, marine, and fresh water eukaryotic organism. Yes. So with this point, we can know that almost all the green algae we are able to find in the aquatic environment, means in the water condition. That can be in the marine water as well as in the fresh water. All the members of the chlorophyceae are eukaryotic in nature. Each algae has a well defined nucleus. Then are found in unicellular, colonial, and filamentous form. They are found in the unicellular form, colonial form, as well as in the filamentous form. Cell wall of green algae consists of two layers. Consist of two layers. Outer pectose, inner cellulose. Then chloroplast are found more than one in green algae of different shape, like cup shape, discoid, spiral, ribbon like, etc. Storage bodies called pyrenoids are present in green algae. Mode of reproduction seen in green algae is vegetative, asexual, sexual form. Point number 8. Food is stored in the form of starch. Examples already I have given you. Right? Same examples you can write the last after the 8th point. I'll repeat. See, point number 1. The members of chlorophyce are commonly called as green algae. Why it is called green algae? I have not written. See, green algae because presence of chlorophyll pigment A and B. Point number 2, they are aquatic. All the organisms of chlorophyce are aquatic in nature. They are photosynthetic, autotrophic. They prepare in the presence of sunlight. They are marine, fresh water. They are found in the marine water as well as fresh water. They are eukaryotic organisms. The green algae are found in the unicellular form, single cell. Seen in the colonial form, in the form of colony and with the filament. Therefore, they are filamentous in nature. Then, when we talk about the cell wall of the green algae consists of two layers, outer pectose, inner cellulose. Chloroplast, more than one chloroplast is seen inside the cell of, and that too of different shape. It can be cup shape, discoid shape, spiral shape, ribbon shape, etc. Food that is stored, that can be stored in the special body. They have a storage body called pyrenoids. In that, the food which in the form of starch that can be stored. Mode of reproduction, all the three types of reproduction are seen: vegetative, asexual, and sexual form. Vegetative reproduction by fragmentation, asexual reproduction by spore formation, and sexual reproduction by gamete formation. That gametes can be isogametes, anisogametes, and oogametes. The sexual reproduction will take place. Example for the chlorophyce, we can take chara, we can take calmidomonas, volvox, eulothrix, spirogyra, etc. Any doubts you have in any of the point? Yes. Points will be very easy, but when you continuously study all the organisms, you get confused. Okay. So for that reason, again and again you have to revise. Already earlier I have told you, when you study any of the organism, you have to make that organism as or as your relative or as your enemy. When you study, it will be easy for you. Nay, you will not forget anything about your enemy, will you? No. Nay. Same. If your friend tells you something, no story of uh, exactly complete paper, I did not see. But my students told it was easy. I did not see. Uh, Bio paper will be easy because majority of in biology. If you take physics, one single change will lead to reaction change. So there it will be difficult. You need to solve, then you have to write. Bio direct questions will be there. If you know the synopsis, okay, when you know the complete synopsis of any of the organism, any of the topic, easily you can answer. Okay. Any question will not be repeated. The speciality of biology is this time the question is repeated, next time the question will not be repeated. For example, see, I have written storage body called pyranid is present. This time the question will be asked, eh, what is that storage body present? One option will be pyranid, another three options. Okay. Next time the question can be asked, food is stored in the form of starch. Where? Pyranid bodies. Like this questions will be asked. Question will be there, answer will be there. Just in the exchange form it will be asked. Yes. Can you? Oh. First we will finish with the synopsis. We are just brushing up now with the first syllabus. Okay. Once the synopsis is done, we will give questions. We will solve the questions. Okay. We will solve first PUC also, second PUC also. There are so many books kept there now. You can ask if you want. You can take and go. You can bring it back. Give. Okay. Or you can purchase from outside also. There are so many publications. Any publication, one publication you take. Try to solve all. No, if you are interested in solving many questions, you can buy GRB. GRB. Okay, GRB publication. Two volumes are there. Volume 1 completely of first PUC syllabus. Volume 2 completely second PUC syllabus. If you take algae, more than that book contains every topic 200, 300 questions. So maximum brush up can be done with that book. GRB. GRB publication 1, 2. Volume 1, volume 2. Finish? Yes. Number 2. PO5C. Commonly called as commonly called brown algae. Paper will be tough, paper will be easy depending upon how much you have prepared. Okay, what preparation you have done, on that basis you will feel. So PO5C, commonly called as the brown algae. Yes, brown algae majority is seen in marine water. Only few are found in fresh water. Number 2, body of this algae is simple branched and few are continuously growing up to 100 meters length. Example, kelp, an algae by name kelp. Point number 3, pigments present are chlorophyll A, C, phycocyanin, xanthophyll, and fucoxanthin. Cell wall is made up of cellulose covered by gelatinous material called algin. Yes. Body of this algae consists of stipe, frond, etc. Stipe, that is the stalk of the body, and frond is the photosynthetic organ, and majority attached to substratum. Many of the algae, they are attached to the substratum, bottom layer को attach होकर रहता है, ठीक है? So with the stalk, a long slender part, and frond, a particular part in the algal body, that is called as frond. So that is the photosynthetic organ that supports the photosynthesis process. Then food stored in the form of mannitol and laminarim. Mode of reproduction, all the three mode of reproduction, all three mode of reproduction is seen. That is vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction. Example for this, already 3 examples I have given you. You can take uh, laminaria. Laminaria I gave you, no? You can take one more example, sargassum. Yes, dictyota, laminaria, fucus, and you can take one more, that is sargassum. Yes. So here, if you see that green algae, when you study these algae, you can differentiate. Okay. Point number 1, when we studied green algae, we studied all are aquatic in nature. They are present both in the freshwater as well as marine environment. But here the sentence is changed. Right? Majority of the brown algae are seen in marine environment. Only few are seen in fresh water. Then point number two, body of this algae is simple branch. There the body was divided into colonial form. It was in the filamentous form, unicellular single cell. But here complete body, it is thalloid. Complete body called thalloid is present. That can be simple, it can be in the form of branches, and it can be long. Okay. The longest algae which we are able to see in this group is the kelp, that is up to 100 meters long it can grow. Then coming to the pigment, there we studied chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B pigment is present. Here in the brown algae, we are able to see chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C, phycocyanin, xanthophyll and fucoxanthin. Yes, the brown color or blue color of the algae, darkish green color of the algae, that is because of this chlorophyll pigment A, C, phycocyanin, xanthophyll, and fucoxanthin. Xanthophyll usually yellowish in color. Okay. Fucoxanthin brownish in color. Phycocyanin bluish in color. Then cell wall made up of cellulose. There we studied outer layer is pectose, inner layer 2 layers में divide हुआ था. Here it is completely one. Cell wall is made up of cellulose. But for this outermost covering is there. So that outermost covering is made up of a gelatinous material that is called as algin. Then body of this algae consists of stipe frond structure which is attached to the substratum. Organism body is attached to the, wherever they are present they are attached to the substratum bottom layer. Okay. If it is a stone, on the stone it is attached in the water, so that is not movable, it is attached. So in that the body when it is growing, the longest part of the body is a stalk. Okay. And a particular organ is present through which the photosynthesis process is completed. It is called frond. Yes. Then food stored in the form of mannitol and laminarin. There starch in the green algae. Here it is mannitol and laminarin. Similarly, the mode of reproduction is same. Asexual reproduction, vegetative mode of reproduction, as well as sexual mode of reproduction is seen here. Example, you can take sargassum, dictyota, laminaria, fucus, etc. Yes, any doubts you have? No doubts, completely clear. So now we have finished with the features of algae, halophytes, then economic importance of the algae, then classification of the algae. Two algae we have done. One is chlorophyceae and one is phaeophyceae. One more is remaining, that is rhodophyceae. After namas we will do it. Done? Yes. If I start again, it time will not match. Done? Yes. Yes. Shall we proceed? Yes. So third class of algae, that is rhodophyceae, commonly called red algae. Yes. Point number one, they are predominantly found in marine water. Point number two, they possess chlorophyll, A, D, and phycoerythrin pigment. Number three, the thalli of red algae is multicellular. Point number four, cell wall is made up of pectin, cellulose, and polysulfate ester. Point number five, food is stored in the form of Floridian starch. Yes. Vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation. Asexual reproduction by spores formation. Sexual reproduction by oogamy and sex organs are involved to complete the process of sexual reproduction. Example for the red algae, we can take Polysyphonia. Number two, uh, Porphyra. Then number three, Gracilaria. Number four, Gelidium, etc. Yes. So if you see the difference, green algae, they were found both in the marine water as well as the fresh water. Then red brown algae, they were found, majority was found in the marine environment and only few was present in the fresh water. Here coming to the red algae, all the red algae are predominantly found in marine water, that is sea. They possess chlorophyll A, D, and phycoerythrin. Since phycoerythrin is present, the pigment is red in color. Therefore, the algae body is also red in color. So, the thalli of red algae, thalli is nothing but body, thallus of the red algae. When we see, it is multicellular in nature. Then, cell wall is made up of pectin, cellulose, and polysulfate ester. Food is stored in the form of Floridian starch. Vegetative mode of reproduction is fragmentation, similar to other algae. Then asexual reproduction by spore formation, that is also similar. But when we talk about sexual reproduction, here oogamy is taking place. In the green algae and brown algae, directly the gametes fusion was taking place. Okay? But here separate sex organs are involved in this type of organism for the fusion of gametes and sexual reproduction. Example, Polysyphonia, Porphyra, Gracilaria, and Gelidium. Yes. Any doubts you have in any of the point? I have one doubt. Shall I ask? Yes. You don't have doubt, no? Shall I ask? Yes. So three organisms we studied. In the three organism, in the first organism, I told food is stored in the form of starch. Nay. Second, food is stored in the form of laminarin and mannitol. Here, food is stored in the form of Floridian starch. Yes, all are food only. Stored food. What is the difference? Starch, Floridian starch. What is the difference? Yes, their starch, polysaccharides. Floridian starch. Yes, you told her. There is no doubt. ना सिंपली सिटिंग. हाँ, कब टाइम होता है कि कब ये टॉपिक होता है कि कब घर को जाएंगे कि नहीं, दैट इज द रीजन. हाँ, समथिंग सर इज टेलिंग, we'll sit, we'll listen, we'll take down, we'll go. This question did not come into your mind. Hmm? No? Yes, because of the no, different habitat is different only. ठीक है. It is not related to the storage of food, no? Hmm? I I told you chemical composition different. So when it is starch, remember what is the difference between starch, Floridian starch? Starch only polysaccharides. Starch means combination of polysaccharides. When it is Floridian starch, here glycogen and amylopectin will be present. Chemical composition of glycogen. Food is stored in the form of glycogen and amylopectin. Okay. If it is laminarin, No, in the brown algae. Laminarin. It is alpha and beta glucose. Alpha and beta D glucose component is present. Okay. If it is mannitol, no, that contains sugar plus alcohol along with alpha and alpha D glucose. That is the difference. All three are food only. They are stored in the form of food, but chemical composition changes. Alpha, alpha D glucose, beta D glucose. Done? Yes. So we'll stop here. So today we have finished with the first type of plants, that is thallophyte. In the next class, we'll continue with bryophyte. We have bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, and angel. Four types of plants we need to study. Thank you very much.